When I was a little girl, butterflies fascinated me, so I read books upon books about them. I watched educational films of which they were the subject. I caught, observed, then released them in the summertime, and I marveled at their bright colors, their flight, and the sweet simplicity of their lives. That is, if you exclude the threats that birds, cats, praying mantises, and cold, wet weather pose to them. My little adventures with them remain some of the happiest recollections of my childhood. During my senior year of high school, years after I had more or less abandoned my juvenile study of the insects, I had a particularly bad day. I can no longer recall what distressed me so. Perhaps a boyfriend, an assignment that required public speaking, who knows? But I do remember that the sun was streaming generously and brightly into the courtyard, where I was having lunch with my friends, when the tiniest of butterflies fluttered around me and landed on my nose, where it paused, resting and warming its wings for the briefest of moments. From my nose, the butterfly traveled to the arms, hair, and foreheads of my friends. Needless to say, this smallest and simplest of events brightened my day immensely, and continues to brighten my life whenever I think of it. The darkest chapter of my life, without question or contention, is the 4-year depression I struggled through as a teenager. Over the course of those 4 long, miserable years, I attempted suicide, made shallow cuts and holes in my skin with knives and, in this case, ironically named safety pins, and daily I doubted my worth. My performance in class suffered, as did my social life, which was essentially non-existent outside of school hours. Every path I chose seemed to be shrouded in darkness, and seemed to lead only to more darkness. It wasn't until a few months after I turned 18, and after a month or more of counseling, that I had an epiphany, if it can be called such. It was the most obvious of revelations, but it marked the end of the depression, and has played a significant role in saving me from relapse. I was in the back seat of my grandparents' car, listening to Natalie Walker's cover of Colorblind, when it dawned on me. I'm not perfect. I was never meant to be. And even though I make mistakes and may harm others with my words in moments of anger, I have no chance of making amends, or of bringing any sort of light into the world if I am dead. By constantly attacking myself, emotionally and physically, I was killing myself on the inside, and might have ended up killing myself altogether if I allowed it to continue. It had to stop, so, with some struggle, I stopped it. My life has been all the better for it. I've made and kept new friends, I've set and achieved new goals, I've fallen in and out of love, and into it again, and I've read at least a few of the books on my mile-long to-read list. Life isn't always chock full of rainbows and sugar plums, but it isn't always chock full of the icky stuff either. It's worth sticking around for the goodness it holds, and if you can make it through the darkness, it's true that it makes you stronger.